In this video, I'll be showing you how to place a driver's side lower control arm on the Toyota Corolla. This is located behind the left front tire. Let's get started. We're going to start off by removing our front left wheel. Grab the hubcap and pull it off. And set it aside. We're going to locate 5 21mm lug nuts. Remove these as well. Now set the wheel aside. With the wheel out of the way, we're going to move on to our upper sway bar and link mounting position and remove the 18mm nut. Since the stud is spinning, I'm going to secure it with a 5mm Allen key and remove it with a wrench. So slide the wrench over, insert the Allen key and remove it. Remove the Allen key and finish removing the nut. And slide it out of the strut. Set it aside. We're going to move under the vehicle and remove our splash shield. Starting with these push pin clips, remove these with a trim tool. Follow the clips along the back. And more along the side. And set these aside. At the front of the splash shield, we're going to locate 4 10mm bolts. Remove these as well. Hold the splash shield up while you remove the last bolt. And remove it from the vehicle. With our splash shield out of the way, we now have access to this bar connecting the subframe to the frame of the vehicle. We're going to remove the 4 14mm bolts. That's good. Hold it up while you remove the last one. Set it aside and repeat this for the other side. We're going to disconnect our control arm from our ball joint, starting by removing these 3 17mm fasteners. Use an impact gun. Pull the arm down and set the ball joint aside. We're going to move on to the back of the subframe and locate our O2 sensor wire bracket and its fastener. Remove this using a 10mm. And set it aside. In order to gain enough clearance to remove our control arm bolt, we are going to have to lower the subframe. So I'm going to locate the subframe bolt, 2 on the back corner and 2 up near the frame of the vehicle. We're going to break these loose and slowly lower it. Do not fully remove these bolts. Just ensure it moves freely. Now do the same for the other rear bolt. Up near the axle, we're going to locate our second bolt. Do the same, break it free with your 19mm. and just slowly lower it until you have a couple threads left. Repeat this to the other side. So I've gone ahead and lowered all 4 subframe bolts and ensure they still have some thread on them, and ensure the subframe rests on them as well. Same with the corner ones. There's thread and the subframe rests on them now. With our subframe lowered, we now have access to remove the bolt. The transmission is not in the way anymore. So grab a wrench and a 24mm socket and break it free. Once the ratchet gets close to the transmission, use a swivel adapter on the socket. And we can finish it off using a power tool. Use a pry bar on the subframe and the transmission to slide it out. Set it aside. We're going to move on to our second control arm bolt and nut. They are both 19mm on each side. Support the top with a wrench and remove the bottom with your socket. Remove the nut and the bolt. Set these aside. Now slide the control arm out. You could use a pry bar if it's stuck. Make sure the ball joint is out of the way. And there it is. We're going to install our lower control arm. Just slide it into place. Slide the knuckle out of the way. And you could tap it in using a rubber mallet. Now to hand thread on our bolts. Just going to start off at the front, align the bushing and insert your bolt. If it is not fully going, use your pry bar. And hand thread it on. Now snug it down. Now for our second bolt, you can use a pry bar and pry along the front position to get the hole to align. Using my ratchet and socket, I applied some leverage to get the bolt to tilt to where I want it to. Now it's fully inserted on the subframe. Now hand thread on the nut. And snug these down. Support the nut with a wrench. We're going to torque this down to 92 foot-pounds. Again, support the top with a wrench and torque it down. We're going to torque this front bolt down to 133 foot-pounds. Now we're going to snug down all of our subframe bolts in an alternating pattern. After I snug this one down, I'm going to go to the right front, then to the left front and the right rear. So I just did the right front. Now I'm going to do the left front, and then after this, the right rear. We're now going to torque these down to 104 foot-pounds in the same sequence. After the front right, now to the front left. And to finish off the right rear, we're going to move to the rear of the subframe to reinstall our O2 sensor wire and bracket. Put it over the subframe. Hand thread on your 10mm bolt. And snug it down. We're going to reinstall our control arm on our ball joint. Slide the knuckle aside and pull the arm down. Slide the ball joint over and align the studs. And push down. Now align the ball joint and hand thread on your fasteners. Torque these down to 66 foot-pounds. We're going to reinstall our subframe to frame bracket, put it in place, hand thread on your fasteners. Two in the back, two in the front. Snug these down using your 14mm. We're going to torque all four of these down to 52 foot-pounds. Repeat this for the other side. You can now reinstall our splash shield. And hand thread on your four 10mm bolts. Now snug these down. We're now going to reinstall our push pin clips along the splash shield. We're going to move on top to our sway bar end link, insert it into the strut. Hand thread on your fastener. Secure it with your 5mm Allen key and snug it down. We're going to torque this down to 55 foot-pounds. And that completes our install. Take the vehicle for a road test and go down to your local shop to get an alignment done. Let's reinstall our left front wheel. Put it into place. And hand thread on your 5 lug nuts. Snug these down in an alternating pattern. We're going to torque these down to 76 foot-pounds in an alternating pattern. Now we're going to reinstall our hubcap. Line up the valve stem with the cutout on the hubcap. Once it's lined up, push down. And that completes our install. Take the vehicle for a road test, and thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.